Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long arm of the law. Hangman is coming down from the gallows, and I ain't got very long. Well, howdy. Eddie Eldorado from the Gold Rush Motherlode YouTube channel. Out here in old Hangtown. Says so right there, see that? Old Hangtown. Pony Express Trail. Very interesting part of history. And it still goes on. People have been out here for a long time looking for gold. Because you all know that black sand matters. Prospectors are people of color. And black sand matters. Now, in my last episode, you had a rather boring look at a bunch of trees that were covering up the mine out here. And now we're up on a different level, about 200 feet above the last shot, last episode. And as you can see, this used to be a seasonal creek. Well, actually it still is a seasonal creek. It runs when it storms. So it goes all the way down that way. And you got a better view of what I'm working with out here. See how the round river rocks? That's the indication that this used to be part of an ancient river. Actually, it's called the Blue Lead. Runs from a certain point in the Sierras all the way up here. And black sand really matters. At least to us prospectors. We know we're on the right trail if we kick up a bunch of black sand in the dirt. Now, a lot of prospectors have been out here over the years. And oh boy, what do we see here? That's a bad sign for somebody. Whoever it used to be belonged to that bone. Oh no. Well, there's a vertebrae. I don't know who that was, but they're still here. Poor feller. I think we'll let that bone just lay there. Because if he was a claim jumper, the buzzards got to eat, and so do the worms. Now, I had a bunch of funny things happen to me out on this mine claim. And I couldn't believe my ears. We had some college environmentalists come out here. And they saw us panning out here. And they actually tried to tell me that this seasonal creek was off limits because it would upset the natural balance of the fish. What fish? Ain't been no fish out here forever. It's a seasonal creek. It don't come from a river upstream or lake upstream. There has been no fish ever reported in this creek. Ever. Oh man, yeah, I wonder who that was. I mean, I'm not going to speak ill of a dead, but if he was actually a claim jumper, and he met his end out here. Here's a rib cage. Wow, makes pretty music. Ain't no fish out here. Here's a good indication of the rock we're looking for. Red quartz. Dark red quartz. See that? Dark red quartz. Some people call it rose quartz. I don't know the official name of it, but I know who will tell you. That would be a geologist who's got a really good YouTube channel, and his name is Jeff Williams. Never met the guy in person, but I hope to. He's a really busy guy. But anyway, the environmentalists were trying to tell me I'm upsetting the natural balance of the fish. Sure I am. Yeah, there's college-educated environmentalists work for the Department of Natural Resources, and they got no common sense, man. You look at this creek, ain't never been no fish in here. Never. Plus, the educated idiots of the Board of Supervisors out here, they've been hearing all these reports about the mountain lions. Because of all the burns that have been happening out here, the mountain lions are naturally moving to where the food source is, which is getting smaller and smaller because of all the fires that have been going on around here. So they had a big board meeting about the mountain lions, what they're going to do about it. And after several months of taxpayer money, of course, they had to come up with a solution to do something about the mountain lions. And their 300-page report, which said absolutely nothing, their conclusion was, well, in order to reduce the population of the mountain lions out here, we're going to take the male mountain lions and castrate them. Therefore, the population will go down. And I'm looking at this report and the Board of Supervisors, and I'm thinking to myself, I just had to say it to them. Well, that's a good highfalutin plan, but pardon me, them mountain lions aren't raping our cattle and our goats and our sheep. They're killing them. They're not raping them. Now you can always tell the difference between a mountain lion and a cougar. A mountain lion will drag its prey up to a half a mile to their, I don't know if they got caves or a lair, somewhere out in the bushes. They drag it out about a half mile and finish the feast. Now a cougar, on the other hand, they will take their prey and drag them half a block to the bar. So, I got my handy dandy White's metal detector here. And as far as I know, this whole area where I'm standing has never been metal detected. Back in the 1850s, nope. All the way up till now, 2024. This whole area has never been metal detected. So I'm going to do a few sweeps, see what I can find. Now this is a White's 24K. Very fancy machine. And I'm not real computer literate. This thing has an actual onboard computer, how to program it. If I push this little button right here, it'll put me into the ground scan mode. And it'll actually read the mineralization in the sand. So that tells me where the pay streaks are. Now I'm getting a good reading, about 80 highly mineralized soil out here. So that tells me where to dig. If it's a lower number on the scale, I'm not going to bother. But if it's a higher mineralization, yes, I will start digging out here. Now I'm not an expert on this machine, but I know who is. That would be the guy I talked about earlier, Jeff Williams. As far as I know, he's out in Arizona. He's got several claims out there. Very, very knowledgeable person. Knows a lot about geology and the lay of the land. So if you're anywhere in the country, look up Jeff Williams. If you're out here in the Eldorado County area, I would highly suggest you look up a guy named, well, his YouTube channel is Brass Medic. Brass Medic. Look that up. He's out here in the area. He runs a metal detecting club with Albert, who owns the Hangtown Mercantile, which is called the Placerville Hardware Store. So look him up also. Brass Medic or Jeff Williams. There's a whole bunch of other metal detector enthusiasts all over the country, and I'm not going to name all of them because there's quite a few. I'm just giving you the ones that I know about. So take it with a grain of salt. You look those guys up and they will give you on YouTube directions on how to use these fancy machines. You know, I'm not real smart, but I can lift heavy things. Those guys, they nail it really good on the care and feeding of the metal detector. So right now we got good readings up here. And on another video, I'll start digging and show you what we find. Because right now, it's about 75 degrees still, which is, to me, it's kind of hot. I don't know about you, but doing a lot of digging out in this kind of weather. Yeah, you're gonna get dry. Man, you know what? It just reminded me about something. These here bones. I really wonder if these are Slim's relatives. Hey Slim, are you missing? Are you missing a cousin? Well, if you are, we know where he is. So this is Eddie Eldorado from the Gold Rush Motherlode YouTube channel out here in Hangtown. And yeah, I'm going to make it short and sweet. Because I don't want to bore y'all. You know, watching me sift dirt ain't real fun. So, remember what I said. You look them boys up. And if you're out here in Eldorado County, look up brass medic. And there's a really good reason why I do not show a lot of the gold we find. Number one, we don't want the IRS going, judging by the amount of stuff we're seeing on your YouTube channel, you owe us X amount of dollars for taxes. So we eliminate that problem by not showing it. Number two, gold attracts ruffians, outlaws, and thugs. We don't want a whole bunch of claim jumpers out here, because they might end up like this. Might. Through their own stupidity and staying out here too long and stepping in the wrong crack. So this is Eddie Eldorado from the Hangtown Motherlode, or Gold Rush Motherlode, somewhere in Eldorado County, in the heart of the Motherlode. Till next time, I know you're going to chomp at the bit waiting for my next show, right? Like you got nothing better to do, just sit around and wait for me to put on another one, right? So y'all have a good Labor Day weekend and a happy trails. Adios for now. Bum-ba-dee-da, 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 bum-ba-dee-da. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then.